Hey guys, Eastern Shore Native here today with you. I have quite a little find here today. It's called Little Creek Primitive Baptist Church, founded 1802. I didn't know much about this church. I looked it up. It is a former slave church. You can see I wanted to get that on there for you. It is a former slave church, and there's a graveyard here. This is not something that you see every day, and not in my area, as you can see. It almost appears if it's still active. It does have electric to it. You can see the light there on the right-hand side, right-hand corner there. I peeked in the window. I did see a fan in there. It is locked. I can't get in. We'll just give it a quick walk around. I've seen a couple interesting features of it. It is on the corner of Route 30. That is Whitesville Road and... let's see, I had to write the other one down. Smith Mill Church Road is on the corner of these two roads here. It in Delmar, Delaware is the address. It's kind of between Delmar, Delaware and Laurel, Delaware, if you know anything about that area. You can see the big windows here. I'll hold it up. I don't know. They're a little too tall for me. I don't know if you can see anything in there or not. Might be bringing in something. I'll come around the other side. It's not quite as tall. The windows are a little bit taller on this side. Something that I found interesting, right, is this white building as well. Check this out. I'm only assuming what this is. The building is completely shut. You can't get in it. There's a door on the end with a lock, and these are painted shut from the outside, and they must be locked somehow from the inside. I'm going to assume it's an old horse barn. That's what it looks like to me, but I'm not sure. There's an entrance door here, but there's little, like, stall windows here, like right here. You can see the hinges on that, on each one. I'm trying to do it where the sun ain't, so where you can get a look at it here. You can see it's all painted up, so it's not falling down or nothing like that. See the same thing here. They're all over the front of this building. They look like for a horse. See the hinges here, there's a regular door here. I'll be walking around in the sun here. I don't know if it'll give it too much of glare. I'll try to be quick through here, but it continues down the same way. There's little, like, trough windows for a horse, for a stall. Let me work my way down here. As you can see, there's an entrance door here, but it's completely locked. I am not sure what that is. I'm just taking a guess at that. There's no other window around here. And you can see we're on the back of the church here. You can see here. You can tell it's pretty old. It's got outside restrooms. It's got metal roof on everything on the church, and what I'm assuming to be some kind of a horse barn. I don't know that. In the restroom. So it's had some upkeep to it over the years. It hadn't been just let go. As you can see here, the other side. Let me see if I can hold the camera up to the window. Maybe you can get a look inside here. I could see, what I could see a while ago is wooden benches. I don't know if the camera's picking that up until I go to load this video. I can see wooden benches in there. I would love to get in there, but I have no idea who to contact. Thought that was rather interesting, being this was a former slave church. That's what it said online. That's where I got my information. You can see here the metal roofs on all the buildings. There is a house across the street, so I gotta try to keep the camera off of that. I try not to get on those too much. Well, as I walked through just briefly a while ago in the cemetery, I found that there was a lot of children here. First caught my attention is, that's some of the smallest obelisks I've ever seen. Each one of them is a different child. They come from the Hastings family. They were born anywhere from around 1910 on through about 1921, different ages there. That had to be quite tragic to suffer all that loss. You can see some of the older stones here. Looks like a Benjamin Hastings, born 1832, died 1911. You can see the back of that building now as I'm from this angle. You can see there a lot of older stones, and this caught our attention a while ago. Here is a lot of small stones. Every one of these are children. The Layfield family. I mean, there's one here, a Frank Layfield. He was only maybe a year old, wasn't even a year old, 4 or 5 months old actually, just different year. Howard Layfield, approximately a year old. Is that Olivia? I believe I'm looking at that right. About 12 years old. Isaac Layfield, about 8. George Layfield, about 5. And Millie Layfield, about 8 or 9. All these are children. Died around the turn of the century, anywhere from around 1900 to about 1909, scattered out in between those years. Quite tragic. It's quite breezy here today. It is a recording of this video. It is about 35 degrees and about 10 or 12 mile an hour breeze, but it feels even much cooler than that. I see a lot of names that are still familiar with the area here. Hastings, Ellis's, Lynch. A lot of these names are still in the Delmar, Delaware, Laurel, Delaware area. A lot of these names, Falsky. A lot of these names you'll still see, as you can see. There's actually some new burials here. Here's one with appears to be roses on the top. J. Howard, son of John H. and Mary Ellis. Some of the stones. Looks like a little driveway here as it goes through. It looks like it goes right on through there. Like I say, there's some new burials in the back here. Whenever I come up with these type of places out in kind of the middle of nowhere, I always try to park my car out in the open. I don't want somebody thinks I'm trying to do some shady dealings. So I try to be open. Yeah, out in the open with things. I got one last one that I thought was interesting here. A lot of, say, Elliott's. A lot of these names are still common to the area. Hearns, Francis. Here's a Civil War soldier. Corporal Aaron B. Francis, 1842, 1920. They have a little plaque there, if you can see that. Confederate War veteran. I thought that was quite interesting. You don't see those every day. Alright guys, that's it for today. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll try to get some more content on. I'm going in the car to get warm. Hey, thanks. Bye.